And welcome to game number 2 of this semifinal series between Utsunomiya Brex and the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. As we enter game number 2, it is a 1-0 lead by the host team Brex, as they came away with a win yesterday, winning by 3 points, 68-65. It was nip and tuck all throughout yesterday, and we expect nothing less here this Saturday afternoon. Welcome to B.LEAGUE action. Anthony Sutai with the call. Glad you're joining us. As you can see there at the table, the 4 teams that are left. The Chiba Jets up against the Ryukyu Golden Kings on one side, and on the left, the semifinal match you're witnessing here. We've got Kawasaki up against Utsunomiya. The winners of these semifinal matches will fight next week for the B.LEAGUE title for 2020-2021. These are the highlights from yesterday's very emotional encounter. As we mentioned, it was a 3-point win by the host team Brex. Critical numbers breaking down that game. Rebounding was lorded over here by Utsunomiya. They had a +12 advantage, 46-36. They had 3 more assists, 20-17. And they also had 4 more steals, 11-7. Not to mention the fact that they kept their turnovers at a low of just 10 compared to Kawasaki, who had 16. Second chance points was also critical because Brex had 19 second chance points as compared to just 9 for the squad that is visiting. Points of turnovers also quite huge. 18 points off turnovers for Utsunomiya as compared to just 7 for Kawasaki. So they had 11 easy points. And here was a chance for Nick Fazekas to tie things up. That shot a little bit off to the right. Good defense that time from Ikaruga. And game number 1 went to the hometown Brex. Tsuji to just stare up in dismay. And there were those numbers we were talking to you about. Quite deceiving sometimes if you look at it. Brex only shooting 38% from the field. But they did take more attempts, 50-34 from 3-point distance. Just about the same, 24% here for Brex and 30% for the Brave Thunders. This is a do-or-die situation here for the visiting squad. Kawasaki Brave Thunders need to win this game in order to force a winner-take-all game number 3, which will happen, if ever, if needed, this coming Monday. For Utsunomiya, they want to be able to win it right here, right now, so they get to rest for next week's championship encounter. Who will they face? Still, that also hangs in the balance. Top performers for Brex in game number 1. Josh Scott with 18 points, 10 rebounds. Makoto Hiyajima backed him up with 13 points. Ryan Rossiter with a near triple-double, 8 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. LJ Peak had a quiet 7 points, no rebounds. That was very surprising. And Endo also came up with 7 points. Those are the top contributors in their win in game number 1. For the Kawasaki Brave Thunders, they were led by the king, Nick Fazekas, with 23 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and he also had 2 steals. There's Nick on your screens. Helping him scoring-wise was Yuma Fuji, who had 12 points. Fuji also contributed 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Jordan Heath, a very quiet 9 points, 6 rebounds. He did have 5 blocks. Well, he is a block leader, so those 5 blocks are not surprising. Naoto Chuji contributed 9 points to go with 3 assists. But Pablo Aguilar has got to contribute a little bit more Aguilar only had 2 points. He
B.LEAGUE
did have 3 rebounds, and 2
Game2
assists, and 1
宇
steal.
都宮ブレックス vs 川崎ブレイブサンダース
Did quite well.
それではこの試合のレフェリーをご紹介いた
2
します
rebounds, 1 steal, and 1
クルー
block.
チーフ加藤隆樹
Here are the
ファース
officials
トアンパイア
handling
久
today's
保
proceedings.
裕樹セカンドアンパイア東
For sure,
裕
it's going to be
二
another highly charged
この試合
affair.
は以上
Our
3試合
referees
を
for
行ってまい
today,
ります
Referee Kato, Referee Kubo,
続いて本日の
Referee
対戦チーム川崎ブレイブサンダーススターティングラインナップのご紹介です0番藤井優
Now we
馬
have the starting 5 for the
14番
Kawasaki
土
Brave
直人
Thunders in a must-win
22
situation
番
here.
ニック・ファジ
Starting
ー
out
カス
with Yuma Fuji,
33番長谷川拓実
Nick Fazikas,
35番ジョーダン・ピース
they have Jordan
ヘッド
Heath,
コーチ佐藤健二以上川崎ブレイブサンダーススターティングラインナップのご紹介でした
That has been the regular starting 5 for Coach Kenji Sato. Now let's meet host team Utsunomiya Brex, starting out
最大の
with
宿
their
敵
players coming off the
川
bench.
崎ブレイブサンダースをホームに迎えてのセミファイナルゲーム1ではブレックスメンタリティを体現し響き渡る手拍子を力に変え激戦を制した我らがブレックス互いのプライドがぶつかりより激しい戦いとなることが予想される本日のゲーム2積み上げてきたこれまでの道のりをそしてブレックスネーションの力を信じ再度川崎に挑みますいよいよブレアリのリミッターが外れますファイナル進出をかけた決戦の舞台ブレックスに関わる全ての力を集結し必ず勝利をつかみ取りましょうブレックスネーション全員で立ち向かおうあの頂点までそれでは宇都宮ブレックス本日のメンバーの発表ですまずはベンチメンバーからナンバー0ユータカムセナンバー4ジェフ・ギブスナンバー6誠比江島Number 7, High James. Number 10, Kosuke Takeuchi. Number 13, Hironori Watanabe. Number 31, Shuhei Kitagawa.
And now we've got our starters for Utsunomiya Brex for game number 2.
Starting lineup for you, Utsunomiya Brex. Number 40, Joe Scott. Number 22, Ryan Rosa. Number 5, LJP.
The usual starting five for Utsunomiya Brex. Starting out with LJ Peak, Yasuke Endo, Seiji Ikaruga, Ryan Rossiter, and Josh Scott. As the saying goes, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Sticking with their starting five, here we have the starters once again. This is for game number 2. The visiting Kawasaki Brave Thunder, starting out with Fuji, Tsuji, Fazekas, Hasegawa, and Heath. For Utsunomiya Brex, they've got Peak, Endo, Ikaruga, Rossiter, and Scott. Once again, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us for B.LEAGUE action. If Utsunomiya wins this one, they're safely in the finals. Kawasaki need to win this one to force a game number 3 this coming Monday. Will it happen? We will find out. Tip-off just about ready to get underway. Do or die for Kawasaki. A chance for Utsunomiya. Rest after this match. If they safely make it to the finals. Ikaruga, first touch, they go to Rossiter, why not? Now Peak. Peak will give it up. We like the fact that Peak is a high scorer. Endo, take the first shot. Miss, and the ball will go over the visitors. We like the fact that LJ Peak is he's a volume scorer. He was not forcing the issue yesterday. The defense was keen on him and he allowed his teammates to get going. Peak, only with 7 points, no rebounds. That one, he might have to help contribute. The King attacking early, a little bit too strong. Rossiter pushes it up. Both teams being very patient early. Endo, another shot. This time he hits. First basket for Endo, and it's 3-0. Trying to answer back is Heath. He will miss. Ikaruga tracks that one down and hands it over to Rossiter. Very quickly, a minute down here, the opening canto. You can see Endo very aggressive. They're taking what the defense is giving. They left him open. And he's now 1-2 from the field. Ikaruga for 3. That one rattles out. Rossiter's there for the putback. Shades of what happened in game number 1. It was a 5-0 blast to start things off for Utsunomiya Brex, and they never looked back. They led from wire to wire. The King forced the issue. He will be sent to the 15-foot line. Endo screaming there in dismay. Didn't like that call. He said, I just stood my ground. He might have had a point, but again, the King is the King. He's going to get these calls. You noticed the King yesterday wasn't as aggressive from the very beginning. He picked things up in the second quarter onwards. I guess Coach Sato told him, we need you to score. We need you to get us going early. That's what he's doing here. Puts that lead down to 3. Rossiter, as expected, hands it off. A little bit of unexpected pass there to Ikaruga. Heath and Scott were so physical with each other yesterday. They continue here in the early goings. Shot clock's winding down. It's at 5. Extra pass. Ikaruga short of that 3. Most of the shots, at least the initial foray, has been from 3-point distance. The only 2-point shot they've taken was the putback there of Rossiter. King trying to force his way inside. That's going to be the first personal on Peak. You like the aggressiveness of the King here early on. If you're a fan of Kawasaki, if you're cheering for Utsunomiya, you don't like that early foul on LJ Peak. He's a crucial player for their squad. Already 2 team fouls. Utsunomiya. Quickly a block. They retain possession. King once again trying to post up. Now against Rossiter. 2 players who do play for the national team of Japan. And Fazekas now on the board with 4 points. He's got all the points of Kawasaki. Rossiter and Nick Fazekas, naturalized players of Japan. Hitting from the outside is Pink. I guess he figured 7 points is too low. He's got 3 already. Fazekas for 3. Short. Scott to the rebound. See this matchup between these 2 players who are actually vying for that coveted spot on the national team for the Tokyo Olympics. Rossiter spots up for 3. A little bit too strong. Still a 4-point lead enjoyed here by Utsunomiya. Fuji as always racing down court. Finds Heath inside for a slam. Jordan Heath, one of the top slam dunkers in the league. Gets the slam there. He did have 5 blocks yesterday. You have to be able to get your imports involved early. And I'm talking about both squads. Peak handling. Peak attacking. Gives it up to Scott. And they said there was a foul before that. It might be on Hasegawa. Hasegawa's going to pick up his first personal. That might have saved 2 points because Josh Scott was on his way up. On the outside, Peak for another 3. He hits. Peak has got 2 3-pointers here and 6 points already. Remember, he just had 7 yesterday. Now he's just 1 point away from his total from game number 1. 5-point lead once again here for Utsunomiya. 4.5 gone. Trying to go inside to Heath. They swing it on the outside. Tsuji for 3. Good line, a little bit too strong. Is that foul going to be on Peak? It is. That's going to be Peak's second foul. And Rossiter wisely goes up there and says, those are times that you just got to let it go. Yes. Because even if he got the rebound, Heath was still away from the basket anyhow. But now Josh Scott will make an early entry. This is going to mess up the substitution patterns here for Coach Ryuzo Anzai. But Scott is capable of playing extended minutes. We're waiting for Scott to get his uniform settled. Now we're good to go. Utsunomiya is checked in. For the King once again. The King forcing the issue, and why not? And he's going to pick up an N1 here. A foul on Scott. So 2 fouls in LJ Peak. First personal foul there on Scott. Really waited for Scott to come on down. Made sure he felt the contact and the referee saw it. And the King with an early burst here. He's got 7 points. He's got 7 out of the 9 of the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Scott finds Ikaruga. Rossiter is going to wait. Harassed there by Shinoyama. Scott to the corner. Not another 3 there for Endo. He's now 1 out of 3 from 3-point distance. Fuji forces the issue. Will miss. Rebound there by Scott. And here come the host once again. Shinoyama is going to be called for a foul there. Holding on to the wall, which is Jeff Gibbs. Bam! Look at that. And he slammed into him twice. and got called for the foul. First entry for Makoto Hiyajima. Another long tom. It's gonna miss. Fuji always racing down court. Aguilar. Utsunomiya asking Aguilar to post up. But it's a three there for Fuji. Nice hit there from the left side. And Kawasaki's got the lead for the very first time at 12-11. Rossiter inside. Scott hands it over. Good basket there from the outside, and 2 threes here right now early for Endo. He's very confident taking those shots. More confident than he was yesterday. I guess Coach Anzai said, if you're free, just take it. Here's Fazekas once again. Fouled. He felt the contact, put it up, and he's going to head to the line for 2 more shots. Yesterday, Pablo Aguilar was in the starting lineup. One of the few times you'd see Aguilar in the starting unit. But he was there today, coming off the bench once again. Hiyajima will pick up a personal, and that will send Utsunomiya into the penalty situation. Quick entry here for Matthias Calfani. He had a solid game yesterday, as he has a little chat there with Ryan Rossiter. Fazekas knocks down that first free throw. He's got 8 points. Seems like he's made a conscious effort to just go for the basket every single time he touches that basketball, and it's a wise decision. We're tied at 14. First deadlock of game number 2. There were no ties in game number 1. In fact, Kawasaki never led. Here's Josh Scott. He had problems bringing that ball up yesterday, and he's going to have another problem here. Josh Scott apologizes. I'm quite surprised Coach Anzai is allowing him to bring that up. He was shaky bringing it up yesterday. And here he comes up with a turnover. I guess maybe wanting to prove to the rest of the team that he can bring it up, and very quickly being sent in is Kai Taves. Taves does play the 1. So he should be bringing out the basketball. Utsunomiya finds Fazekas. Back to Utsunomiya. Aguilar thought about it. Comes up with a handoff. And that is going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. Good defense there, as Takeuchi makes his first entry. Kosuke Takeuchi, standing 6'9", 36-year-old, really helped out on both boards yesterday. And here, as we mentioned, Taves bringing it down instead of Gibbs. That's a good adjustment right away made here by Coach Anzai. Taves only played 5 minutes yesterday. A far cry from what he's used to seeing. 3-pointer on the way, hits! Kai Taves with an instant contribution. It's a 3-point lead enjoyed here by Utsunomiya Brex. 2:30 remaining here in this opening salvo. Tsuji, that was Fuji, will misfire. Rossiter tracks that down. 2-on-1 break. Rossiter goes all the way home. Ryan Rossiter finally on the board here for his squad. He also has 2 rebounds and 2 assists already. Actually, he's got 4 points. He had the early putback. Calfani will be called for 3 seconds. And he's saying that he wasn't in there Well, one of his 2 feet were. That counts. He had to be very careful there. It looked like he was about to erupt. We go back to Scott. Scott wisely hands it over to Taves. Taves brings it down. And now they'll set things up. Under a minute, actually under 2 minutes to play. Taves attacks. Will cup out. Fazekas closed in on him. Shot clock is at 6. 5. Rosser will have to put this one up. Forces it up. Will miss. That putback will not count. And Rosser there now talking to the referees. Everybody complaining left and right. Got the first entry of Yuta Otsuka here. He played sparingly in game number 1. Let's see if he can try to contribute to their cause here in game number 2. Re-entry here of Josh Scott. Not a problem. Josh Scott only has 1 personal foul, but we might not see LJ peak until maybe the mid part of the second period because he is nursing 2 personal fouls. Quick passing on the outside, having the defense shift from one end to the next. Aguilar misfires. Scott with another rebound. Taves quickly brings down court. Taves in the paint. Will misfire. Fazekas to the corner. Shinuyama thought about it. Calfani now. And now they'll set things up. More than enough time. Otsuka will give it up. Now the King, expect him to attack. He does. Puts up that shot. Rims out though. Scott with another board. You might expect Taves to see extended minutes here. And I say extended compared to yesterday. Scott kicks it out. Takeuchi for 3, the big man. That was halfway down. That would have been a real bonus for Utsunomiya Brex. Shot clock's off. Shinuyama and company will go for the last shot here. Cut down this 5-point deficit they face. Shinuyama launches a 3. Little bit too strong. Long heave. Will not count. And the first 10 minutes are in the history books. A solid start, a solid showing by the home team Brex, and they lead by 5, 19-14.
Gets it to Gardner. Oh, he traveled. No, they didn't call it. And Gardner, oh, they give him the 3-pointer. I'll tell you what, if you look at that again, that was really curious.
Under 10, the shot clock has to kick this one out. Finds Calfani, pump fakes. Calfani, step back. Oh, baby! Matias Calfani from downtown.
They're going to get a chance. Tagashi. Oh! This is an unbelievable sequence. Tagashi not only hits the 3, but if they called a foul.
They went a little bit too early. Will they be made to pay? Yes, they will! Banking it off there is Keita Imamura, back-to-back 3s. And it's a 2-point advantage for the Ryukyu Golden Kings. Fantasista will have to take this shot on his own. Will miss. Till he grabs that loose ball. Imamura for 3, downtown. Knocks it through. It's a very low-scoring first quarter for both these squads. But for Kawasaki, only able to come up with 14 points, their exact same output as they had in game number 1. Yesterday, Brex was able to come up with 23 points. That's why they led by 9 after the first 10 minutes. But here, after the first quarter, it's a 5-point lead enjoyed by Utsunomiya. First attack here for the second half. Second quarter, rather. Kawasaki asking for free throws, and it looks like they're going to give it to him. Well, from the initial angle, it looked like he was making a pass, but he was hacked on the arm. The 2 free throws really should be awarded here to Matthias Kawasaki. Kawasaki makes that first free throw. LJ Peak was starting to heat up, and then he picked up 2 early fouls. If you're just joining us, you may be wondering, you might not see him for the next 2 to 3 minutes here to begin this second period. Taves. Again playing point. Hironori Watanabe is in. Scott forces the issue, and a foul would be called on Kawasaki. His first. Trying to draw the charge there. That was very close, if you can see that in the replay. Scott lowered his shoulder, but it's called a block on Kawasaki. And he continues to talk to Josh Scott, saying, that should have been a charge. Scott looked at him and saying, I don't care. You picked up a foul. That's all that matters. Poor pass from the inbounds. Easily stolen by Kawasaki. Calling the heads-up play here is Utsunomiya. Inside to Kawasaki. Drop step. Forces the issue. Will miss. But a foul's going to be called. That means 2 more free throws here for Matthias Kawasaki. Watch the replay there. Taves is going to have his hands full, playing down low against Kawasaki. Taves stands at 6'2". Kawasaki is at 6'7". That deep inside, Taves can only foul him. 2 more free throws. Smart play there. But Kawasaki will miss. They really need to have all the imports. Kawasaki, Aguilar, and Heath contributing together with Nick Fazekas to force again number 3. Kawasaki misses both. Lead is still at 3. Scott on the outside now. To Hiyajima. Dave has been relieved. Hiyajima, step back, will miss. Scott with the offensive rebound and puts it in. Asking for an N1, it's not given. But still, Josh Scott now finally on the board. He's got 4 rebounds and 1 assist though. Utsunomiya attacks! Gets a foul. That might be a foul on Scott. That's going to be Scott's second. And a 3-point play to possibly tie this game. Ryusei Utsunomiya getting some contact there on his extended arm from behind. And Scott continues to complain. The Brex will sue for time here. An early timeout called by Coach Ryuzo Anzai. So 2 personal fouls on Gibbs, 2 personal fouls on LJ Peak, who has been on the bench for quite a bit. And now Utsunomiya looking to complete a 3-point play. Easily does that. And he brings his team to within a basket. Early pressure being shown here by Kawasaki, but it's broken. Ikaruga. Now to Watanabe. Hiyajima trying to create. Goes inside, lays it in for 2. Starting to find his form is Makoto Hiyajima. And the lead extended once again back to 4. Hiyajima is one of those players you might need to double. Jordan Heath has been sent back in. Otsuka's going to miss fire on that 3. Well, he gets the thumbs up from Jordan Heath. Jordan Heath saying, well, you were free. Maybe a little bit too far out, but nonetheless, it was a decent attempt. Gibbs on the outside. The foul's going to be called inside the paint as... Is that foul going to be on Jordan Heath? It would be nice to see that once again. It looked like somebody was stopping Hiyajima from getting into his position. Well, it looks like the foul will be called on Masuda. Keisuke Masuda will now hit the bench. 3, yes! Quick basket there from Watanabe. That was Nabe time. And the lead is now at 7, 26-19. Slowly but surely, Utsunomiya once again moving away from the visiting squad. Kalfani tries the drop step, kicks it out. Open 3, bang! Hasegawa there, who was part of the starting lineup here today, hits a 3. He did have 1 3 yesterday. Nabe time! No. Scott trying to battle inside. He touched it last. He's livid. He's got to be careful. He's got 2 personal fouls. A technical foul under FIBA rules does count. Well, very clearly there you can see right before it went outside, Hasegawa came into contact with it. So he might have had a point. But at this stage, you've got to be able to control your emotions. LJ Peak will check in. 3 minutes gone here in the second. Well, they changed the call. And the ball stays here with Josh Scott and company. LJ Peak trying to make up for lost time. He was forced to the bench because of those 2 personal fouls. Kalfani though, right in front of him. There's a nice look at LJ. A little more of a rhythm offensively here today as compared to yesterday. Rossiter has checked back in as well. Peak forces the issue, gets blocked. First block of the ball game for Matthias Kalfani. And surprisingly, no blocks yet for Jordan Heath, who had 5 yesterday. 4 points separating these 2 squads. Going all the way in and missing. That was Chuji. More of his specialty is really spotting up. But the defense really sticking close to him outside, forcing him to put it on the floor. Went up strong, asking for some contact. Nothing given on the call. But the ball will stay in with them. Trying to go inside to Hasegawa. That's Chuji's specialty. And he cuts the lead down to 1. Chuji with his first basket here. First contribution statistically. He's played good defense on the other end though. Scott Finds Nabe. Nabe time! Yes! Watanabe now starting to heat up. Watanabe now with 2 baskets. Both 3-pointers. We go to Heath. They kick it to the corner. 3's down. Back-to-back hits for Hasegawa. Just like 2 3-pointers for Watanabe. Answered by Hasegawa. Approaching the midway point. Excellent setup. Short though on that 3. Endo has had multiple opportunities here today. Calfani, will he challenge? Will he attack? Makes a spin and then gives it up. More than a lot of time on their shot clock. Calfani, 4-3, rattles that one in. And it's a 2-point lead by Kawasaki, their biggest lead, as they're up 31-29. The momentum has swung. Scott, 3-point play, coming back. A pair of 31s on the board. Scott continues to talk. I'm wondering why. Foul was called on Jordan Heath. That's going to be Heath's first. A courageous move here for Scott up against the league leader in block shots. Got a timeout on the floor. We're deadlocked at 31. Looking to complete the 3-point play is Scott, and he does. Giving Utsunomiya a 1-point lead at 32-31. Halfway gone in the second period. Utsunomiya found it outside, quickly gives it up, and will promptly get it back. Tries to lob it inside. Peak gets in the way. Peak on the run. Will be stopped there by Shinoyama. That's going to be the final foul here. That will not send Brex to the line. Big collision with Shinoyama. He's going to hit the bench. Solid contribution at the point here for the captain of the Japanese national team and the captain of the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Rossiter to Peak. A lot of movement down low. Rossiter will lose it. Fuji has re-entered the action. Wanting for balance. It's been quite a while since we've seen the King. It would be wise for them to go run this offense through him. They're gonna have to force this one up. Chuji gives it up. Heath Hurried three. Wasn't able to put it up in time. Another turnover here for the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. But looking at the turnover story, only 4 for Kawasaki so far. Also 4 for Utsunomiya Brex. So they've kept their turnovers to a very low number. This is basketball at the highest level. Yejima trying to look for space. Goes to Rossiter. Rossiter will try to take advantage of the size mismatch here. Just shoots over him and easy put back there for Josh Scott. Scott now with 7 points to go with 7 rebounds. Fuji blows by everybody. Cuts the lead back down to 1. We've got an exciting contest here. Inside Rossiter. Screams of travel from Jordan Heath. No call, but nonetheless, Rossiter missed on that incursion inside. Kawasaki trying to get the lead back. Will they go to the King? They do. That's a quick double in the King. That is what he does best. He spots the open man. Heath was not completely alone, but against a smaller defender, nothing the defender could do. Heath just turned. Watch it again. Gets that pass and slams it through. That pass from the King to Jordan Heath for a slam was actually his first assist. Knicks got 9 points, no rebounds. That's quite surprising. Fazekas had a 23, 11, and 3 count yesterday. Surprising he's got no rebounds. Hiyajima with a jumper. And there, right on cue, Nick picks up his first board. Tsuji, hounded by Endo. Tsuji still finds the King. The King all the way through. Blows that layup. Missed opportunity there for Fazekas. And his squad, Kawasaki. Endo for 3. Rattles out. Easy put back there from Rossiter. Basket and 1, in fact. The King not able to get back in time. As you can see him entering your picture late. Comes up with a late foul there on Rossiter. Timeout will be called here by the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. 2:09 remaining here in the first half. During that last timeout, Coach Sato was talking to his boys and reminding them about guarding the three-point area. Already 7 threes hit here by Brex. Let's see if they make an adjustment. Completing the three-point play there was Rossiter. Sends the lead back up to 2. Fuji lobs it inside. Peak gets into the picture again and foils that play. Rossiter to Peak. Peak for 3! Overshoots. Heath with the rebound. Peak with a steal. Coming out of nowhere once again. Will they allow Kiejima to create? Bobbles it a little bit. Shake and bake move. Goes in all the way. Will miss. That was a big man in Fazekas as the last line of defense. The Nick. The King tried to thread the needle, but Heath wasn't set. Extra pass. Peak for 3. Bang! 3 threes for LJ Peak. And the three-point shooting has been key here today for Utsunomiya Brex. It's a 5-point lead for Utsunomiya Brex. Welcome back to the Brex Arena and Brex Nation going crazy here. Already 9 points for Peak. 7 points apiece for Rossiter and Scott. The King hits and he's now in double digits with 11. Scott bringing it up once again. Now Ikaruga. Butterfingers that time from Rossiter. Another one of the few turnovers from both these squads here in half number 1. The King will give it up. Heath for 3. Yes! And we are tied at 40. Only the second deadlock of game number 2. In game number 1, there were no ties. There's a lead by the Brex all throughout. Trying to come up with a lead here with a final shot. Shaking, baking, Endo puts it up. Will that tip count? Will it count? Josh Scott feels it should. It's up on the board. Let's wait for the official word from the referees. Well, it looks like it will. But they might review this one. But it's on the board. Scott heads to the dugout already. And I believe our referees will be heading on to check. Well, we will get all of that for you when we come back. It is 42-40. 2-point lead enjoyed by the hometown Brex.
And let's go on to the next segment of the show. Here, we will be explaining and introducing to the viewers attractions of the B.LEAGUE that are not well known yet, called What's Up B.LEAGUE? Point 2. Asian player quotas. It's a new rule started from this season. Each team will be able to sign with one player from China, Chinese Taipei, Indonesia, Philippines, or Korea, and they do not count as the foreign player quotas. There are two main reasons. Number 1, improving the competitiveness of the B.LEAGUE. It increases the opportunities to play against great players in Asia on a daily basis, and also to deal with excessive playing time of foreign players. Number 2, business standpoint. It enables the league to explore the Asia market, sponsorships, and broadcasting rights. There are currently 3 players playing under Asian player quotas. Jin Liu from China, playing for Utsunomiya Storks. Jaemin Yang from Korea, playing for Shinshu Brave Warriors. And 30 Ravenna from Philippines, playing for Sang Neo Phoenix, who have made a major impact on League's Asian market strategies. I heard some rumors that more and more players are coming. Who do you want next? Let's go on to the next segment of the show. Here, we will be introducing the not well-known attractions of the B.LEAGUE to the viewers. It's called What's Up B.LEAGUE? For the 10th time, it's point 10, Okinawa Arena. The recently completed Okinawa Arena is the future of B.LEAGUE. With maximum capacity of 10,000 people, it is the first arena designed for sports entertainment in Japan, such as seat placement, massive screen, luxury rooms, VIP lounge, and more. It is built for the spectators, and it's a place where you can experience something out of ordinary. Let's take a look at the first B.LEAGUE game that took place in the Okinawa Arena. Okay, wow, it looks so nice. This is the Okinawa Arena. Brand new. Okay, this is the VIP lounge. Whoa, look at the view. Oh my god. It's so awesome. And the screen is huge. Man, is this an NBA arena? Okay, this is it. This is the 4D replay system, first ever to be introduced in the arena in Japan. And there is 60 4K cameras in the arena that enables to have a replay like this. This is so awesome. Look at this replay. A hometown native, Kishimoto of Ryukyu Golden Kings, said after the game, "The atmosphere of this arena brings out better plays for both teams. I felt that this game was an important first step that will lead to the improvement of not only B.LEAGUE, but the entire Japan basketball. The Ryukyu players should be excited to play here as well, having this amazing arena as their home." Let me introduce some of the fans' voices, like, "I don't feel like this is Japan. I'm speechlessly impressed. The view was awesome from any seats in the arena. I am pretty convinced that there will be more and more kids that will dream of playing here in the future." B.LEAGUE considered this arena that values the environment of the spectators very important, and facilities like Okinawa Arena will be standard requirements of criteria for the new B1 license in the future. Starting with Okinawa Arena, next dream facilities are planned to be constructed all over Japan. We hope that with many more arenas utilizing the regional characteristics being built, the situation surrounding basketball will push up to the next level in Japan. And last but not least, Okinawa Arena is scheduled to be used in FIBA World Cup 2023. We will welcome you all if you have a chance to visit here and watch the game. Before we move on to the introduction of the second match, let's go on to the next segment of the show. Here, we will be explaining and introducing to the viewers attractions of the B.LEAGUE that are not well known yet. It's called What's Up B.LEAGUE? For our fourth time, this regulation has made the B-League even more exciting, creating opportunities for young players. Point 4. Special Designated Player Rule. Special Designated Player Rule is a regulation which each team can sign up to 2 players with 22 years or younger on top of their team's regular roster. But they can only play under this rule for a period of maximum 3 months per season. The rule was introduced in 2016 with the start of the B-League, and almost every teams make the most of this rule ever since. The player who left the biggest impact was Yuki Kawamura, who was still a high school student last season, but he was already leading his team and proved himself that he belongs in the league. His impact was big off the court too. It influenced the team's attendance because the arena was always packed with full house after full house. And also the number of followers on team's social media skyrocketed after he joined the team. What about this season? There is Kai Kim, who played for Yokohama, who made it from the youth team to the top team. 8 players from the major powerhouse Tokai University were called up to play at the professional level. And few high school players follow the footsteps of Kawamura too. The future is bright for these players. Experiencing the professional level at a young age will help develop their skill and mindset. And it definitely opens up possibilities of Japanese basketball.
It's halftime here of game number 2 And it's been a much closer affair here as compared to game number 1. Only 2 points separating both these squads, as you see Ryan Rossiter putting back that miss. But the story here has been the King taking it to the rack and being very aggressive offensively. They actually had 7 of their first 9 points. Jordan Heath got away with 2 slams during the first half. But definitely a much better scoreline, though it's still a very low scoring affair. First quarter ended with a 5-point lead for Brex, 19-14. Josh Scott powering his way there for another basket off that miss. Adding to the second chance points, which is really huge for Brex in game number 1. Look at the second chance points here today. 11 for Brex, 6 for Kawasaki. Nabe time there, hits that one. He had 2 threes. The threes were also crucial here for Utsunomiya. They rattled in 8. They were 8 out of 18 for 44%. That's a great clip. Not far behind. In fact, ahead was Kawasaki, shooting 6 out of 12 for 50%. There's LJ Peak with one of his 3 threes. Josh Scott really showing his power inside. Scoring 9 points, getting 8 rebounds. As we take a look at the numbers, so the last second 2 would count. Gives Utsunomiya Brex a 2-point lead, and you can see there the numbers. 47% shooting from 2 against 53% shooting for Kawasaki. We talked about the 3-point numbers. Free throws, much more given to Kawasaki as they attacked the paint. They were given 10 free throws, making 8 for 80%. But look, those are excellent numbers. 6 and 7, those are actually the turnover numbers. 16 and 12, those are points in the paint. So quite surprising that you have more points in the paint for Utsunomiya Brex. But the Kawasaki Brave Thunders went to the free throw line a whole lot more. But big for me were really the second chance points. +5 was Utsunomiya Brex there. Rebounding story +3, 17-14 in favor of Utsunomiya Brex. There you've got the scorers for Utsunomiya Brex, led of course by the 9 points of LJ Peak. Also 9 points for Josh Scott, 7 points for Ryan Rossiter to go with his 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Those are the leading scorers. On the other hand, Nick Fazekas with 11, that's expected. 7 points contributed by Jordan Heath. Much better showing because yesterday Jordan Heath actually came up with 9 points, 6 rebounds. So his contributions today are a little bit more telling, especially after just 2 quarters. The matchup that we're looking at, we've got Tsuji there on the right, and we have Watanabe on the left. Nabe time has 2 threes, Tsuji has 1. Looking at the halftime score of game number 1, it was 42-30 in favor of Brex. But here today, it is 42-40. So Brex with the exact same score that they had in game number 1. But today, instead of just 30, 40 was scored by Kawasaki. But we talked about the fact that Kawasaki didn't seem like they were in the groove offensively. That was last Friday, yesterday. Today, feeling a little bit more comfortable and really hitting 50% from 3. That's going to open things up in the inside for the King and Jordan Heath. Here we go, third quarter of game number 2. A must-win situation here for Kawasaki. They need a win here to force a Game 3 on Monday. Will that happen? Or will Utsunomiya Brex safely be into the finals after today? We'll find out. After 2 quarters, Shinoyama with the steal. Shinoyama, just like yesterday, started out the third period. 2-man game with Heath. Now inside to the King. He continues his aggressiveness. And a foul's going to be called on LJ Peak. That's quite surprising. He didn't even jump. That's verticality there, and that's why Peak is complaining about it. That's going to be his third. He might have to be replaced, and there comes the replacement. Josh Scott will come in. Remember, Josh Scott has 2 personal fouls as well, so he's got to be careful. But if you're cheering for Kawasaki, you like the fact that the King has been aggressive from the beginning. Gibbs is going to check in, and he's handing the ball once again. Out to Scott. Here's Endo. Endo inside. Finds Gibbs. Gibbs might have to put this one up, or at least attack. He'll give it up. Ikaruga hits that 3. At the last second, putting it up. That gives him a 3-point lead. Shinoyama thought about it. Goes to Fazekas again. Nick overshoots. Rossiter with the board, pushing it up. They feel they've got the advantage, but here comes the King. Back on defense. Foul will be called on Shinoyama. That's going to be the 3rd personal foul on Ryusei. He's going to be hampered for quite a while. Expect him back in the 4th period. Not a good sign for Kawasaki. Trying to attack inside, just short on that attempt though. Ikaruga gets it back. Lazy pass, but it stays here with Endo. Luckily, Endo stops, pops, and misfires. Kuji using that screen. Finds Aguilar. Aguilar for 3. He's going to come up short. The King with an offensive rebound. Tsuji for 3. Rattles out. Rossiter with the board. And a foul is going to be called. That might be an Aguilar. It is. Tsuji had a good look. But the foul might be on Fazekas. It is. So Fazekas going to pick up the personal. Just about 2 minutes gone here in the 3rd. Scott finds Endo. Endo can't knock it down though. The tap will go back to Brex. Rossiter challenges inside. Will get that to fall. He had to put a really high arc on that one because Jordan Heath was closing in. Lead is back up to 5. Rossiter now got 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Filling in the stat sheet as expected. Fazekas gets 2 inside. His tally's up to 15. Chance off. Let's go Brex. That's going to be a kick ball though. So it's going to stay on this end, which is going to make the crowd happy. We had a crowd of 2,185 yesterday at the Brex Arena. And I think we have a little bit more than that today. Today being a weekend. Remember, there are social distancing protocols. Put up by Japan because of the pandemic we're all facing. Are they going to look at this to see if it's a kick ball? The officials are looking at something. Josh Scott there shakes the hand of Endo. I wonder why. Maybe a job well done. Well, so far Endo has really contributed here with 2 threes. Not to mention his tough defense. They give him the 14 seconds. Rossiter. High arcing shot hits. Back-to-back shots here for Ryan Rossiter. He's got 11 points. That was actually the only column. He was not in double digits yesterday. He had 11 points, 11 rebounds in game number 1. 3. Too strong. Karuga hands it back to Rossiter. See if they try to go inside. Scott posting up. Yes, hands full against Heath though. Scott puts it through. Josh Scott now with 11 points, and that is when he really can be effective. When Heath comes to help, Josh Scott is all by his lonesome inside for the putback and offensive rebound.
Kawasaki.
Welcome back to the Brex Arena for game number 2 between Utsunomiya Brex and Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Scott completes that 3-point play and is now an 8-point advantage at 52-44. It's actually the biggest lead now of the ball game for either squad. The previous high was at 7 at 26-19. Block shot there for Rossiter. No. They said there's going to be a foul. There was some body contact. Let's see it again of this attack from Chuji. There was some body down low. But the fans here for Brex Nation don't like it. Rossiter continues to make his appeal. You might have to go to a higher court for that one. Chuji makes that first free throw. Still more free throws continue to be awarded here to Kawasaki. They've been given 14 already. Only 3 for the other side. Lead back down to 6. 4 minutes gone here in the third. Rossiter will give it up to Endo. Going inside. Gibbs with that 3-point play opportunity. Josh Scott and Jeff Gibbs. Really a good tandem here in the third. Look at Gibbs. just fight his way through that defense. One more shot here for Jeff Gibbs. Jeff Gibbs has been averaging 9 points, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. And today, he scores his first 3 points. Lead is now at 9. 55-46. Fuji finds the king. The king quickly inside. Heath. It gets stolen. Quick hands here from Endo. They push it forward. Rossiter. Nice transition defense though by the boys in white. Gibbs. Good move there from Fazikas, pulling the chair out from under him. He had to shoot it high. Talking about Rossiter because he knew that Heath was coming to help. Rossiter has been really offensive-minded here in the third period. He now has a total of 13 in the ball game. The king will be fouled there by Ikaruga. Only the 13th foul for Brex. You can see Ikaruga was all over Nick Fazikas. Job well done for Ikaruga as Hiyajima checks back in. This 11 points is the biggest lead of the ball game. And from a very tight 42-all score. What a big blast and a big burst put together here by Brex. Fuji. Crossover dribble. Won't get at the drop. Off the glass. Scott with the rebound. Here comes Hiyajima and company. Now they'll set it up. Going to Gibbs. Gibbs cops out. Rossiter will be fouled by Heath. Ryan Rossiter has really picked his spots well. When he'd look for the open shot, when he tried to get his teammates involved, and when to draw the foul as he picks up one there from Jordan Heath. Matas Kalfani will check back in. He had a very good plus-minus yesterday. Looking to be able to have that same effect in his squad here today. Short in that first free throw from Rossiter. Kawasaki already in the penalty. They've been in the penalty quite early. It's still 4:29 to be played here in the third. Rossiter adjusts in the second. And the lead is at 12. Slowly building up more space. Picked up on the king. That's an early whistle. Gibbs doesn't like the call. That looked like a clean swipe on Jeff Gibbs. But you see Rossiter there talking to him saying, you don't need to swipe. Because actually Endo was right there. Now both teams in the penalty. Not to mention the fact that you don't want to give Nick some easy baskets from the free throw line. And just when it looked like Kawasaki was struggling here to score some points, they've only scored 6 so far. Now 8 after those 2 free throws. We're going to have a free throw shooting contest here in the final 4 minutes. if teams continue to foul like this. Yesterday, both these teams hardly got into any penalty situations. Here's Peak. 3 fouls in all. Jeff Gibbs also with 3. Scott with 2. Hiyajima on the line now for 2 shots. Josh Scott, check that, with just 1 foul. No problem with 2 free throws here for Hiyajima. He's almost automatic from there. Game plan here for Kawasaki. Attack the interior. And they go to the King. Quick spin. The King will not get it to drop. Good defense there by Peak. Rossler's got a clear size advantage as he inches and then gives it up. Just using some clock. Shot clock's now down to 6. Tries to find Takeuchi inside. 2 seconds remain on the shot clock. Some more changes here for both these squads. Hasegawa will check back in for the visitors. He started out the ball game and he has 1-3. Takeuchi. They'd like to have a pass going towards the basket, or a 3-point shot there missed by LJ Peak. The defender was right in his face. Let's see if they try to go right down inside to either Kalfani or Fazikas. Tale of 2 coaches there. You saw coaches Anzai and Coach Sato. Well, for Coach Anzai, he's in a good place. His team's up by 12. A lot of time still remaining in this ball game though. Full 4th quarter to be played. You can see Fuji just making sure there was contact. Heath short on that. Tracking it down. Much quicker was Fuji, and he will head to the line off that foul from Ryan Rossiter. He wanted to get the foul earlier in Hiyajima. It wasn't called. Rossiter is going to pick up his 2nd personal there. Well, this 3rd period is going to drag on. It's going to be a real test from the 15-foot line for both these teams. Brex Nation trying to make as much noise as they can to try to distract Yuma Fuji. It doesn't matter. There is a small contingent of Kawasaki fans here inside Brex Arena. Brings it back down to a 10-point deficit. Kawasaki has only scored 10 points here in the 3rd period. Hiyajima there trying to exaggerate the contact. Both these teams want to go to the free throw line to get some easy shots and easy points. Rossiter finds Scott. Scott overshoots. Both teams getting down and dirty. And that is going to stay here with Brex. Nice hustle there from both teams. Fazikas trying to get down. Rosser handles it, and then he's tied up there by Fuji. Great camera work there. Displaying all the action, the tenacity being shown, because these players know what's at stake here tonight. A win for Utsunomiya gets them into the finals. A win for Kawasaki gets them into a game number 3 this coming Monday. Hiyajima left open. That rattles out. Takeuchi with an offensive rebound. Peek for three. Overshoots. Takeuchi's gonna track it down again. All 6'9" of him. Hiyajima. Bang! The lead has now ballooned to 13. Takeuchi giving them 2 more possessions. And Utsunomiya Brex making Kawasaki pay.
Go defense.
2 minutes, 23 seconds remaining here in the third period. It's a 13-point lead erected by Utsunomiya Brex. This is game number 2 of this best of 3. Nice answer there from the King. Fazekas now with 19 points to go with 3 rebounds and 1 assist. It's keeping them in the ball game. But they do trail by 11. Scott will hand it off. Peak gets it back to Scott. Quick ball movement. And the defense having to scramble. Hiyajima for a long 3. No. The King gives it up. Keith. They go inside to Kalfani. They've got the advantage there. Fuji for 3. Can't answer, but Kalfani there. Quick hands from the back for Hiyajima. Saving that too. They say no foul. There's a little bit of arm. But they're just going to say it's a throw in here. Oh no, the foul is going to be called by the trail referee. That's why Kalfani was complaining. 2 free throws coming up, but we're going to have a timeout first before those 2 free throws from Matthias. A minute 29 here in this long, drawn-out third period because of the early foul trouble from both these squads. Calfani will get that first to drop, cutting the lead down to 10. During that last timeout, Brex talked about bringing the ball up from the backcourt, saying, I guess they need to be a little bit more effective. And here it is. Jeff Gibbs rather, bringing it up. I'm not quite sure why they want to keep Gibbs having him play point. He's lost the ball a couple of times already today. No Kai Taves yet, but they hit a three. That's going to bring their lead back up to 3. 12 points here for LJ Peak, and all 12 points from three-pointers. Trying to answer back. Hasegawa does. These two teams scorching from the outside. Under a minute to be played here. Here's Gibbs once again. We have not yet seen the re-entry of Kai Taves. He did quite a number earlier. Another three there for Peak. Wow, he's got 15 points on 5 threes. Talk about feeling it. Difference of about 5 seconds from the shot clock and the game clock. They go to the King. Medium range jumper will miss. Put back there for Chuji. Yuma Fuji has been all over the place. Getting an offensive rebound there, putting it back. And that keeps them within striking distance. 3 quarters are done. You're at Brex Arena. You got a good one. Stick around for the 4th and final period coming in just a bit.
Duncan over to Sato, goes baseline, gets it back to Duncan. And, big Josh Duncan now with a chance.
Well, dish off there, Jordan Heath under the basket, and Jordan Heath able to tuck it away.
So for him to come out immediately and score, that's a great sign for Seahorses Makawa. Now Size, though, drives in and nobody meets him. Size says thanks for the pass.
She now gets a handoff with Fazekas. Here comes a switch on defense, finds Fazekas under the basket. Nick Fazekas, and again a pick and roll sequence. Well, they got the switch. Good ball movement here by Osaka Evesa. Newbill, what a move! Harrelson, oh baby! What a play! Starts with DJ Newbill.
It all boils down to heart. And in the last couple of seconds there, of that fourth, you saw the heart of Yuma Fuji battling for that offensive rebound, putting it through to keep his team within 11. On the other end, Takeuchi with 2 offensive rebounds, giving his team another opportunity, which was nailed there with a 3 from Hiyajima. You've got to do the little things if you want to come away with a win. That was an exceptional quarter for Utsunomiya, scoring 27 points, the highest scoring quarter that they've had here in the semifinal series. Not to mention the fact that they held Kawasaki to just 18. Hence, their 11-point lead here. Scott inside. Scott's going to head to the line for 2 shots. Foul will be called on Jordan Heath. That's going to be Heath's 3rd personal foul. That's going to spell trouble for their interior defense. It's looking good here for Utsunomiya Brex. But still, a whole quarter essentially to be played. Lead back up to 12. And at 71-58, that ties the biggest lead, which was first established at 63-50. Kawasaki's got to make their move now. They cannot fall further behind if they want to make this a competitive 4th period. Stepping back. Fuji will miss. Aguilar. That's what you're talking about, the desire. He just misses in the putback though. Quite surprised there is no Nick Fazekas to start out the 4th period. They need him here if they want to have any chance of coming back. Gonna go inside to Scott, and why not? He's got the advantage over Kalfani. They send the double. Nabe time! Yes! Watanabe knocks that one down. That could be one of the early nails in the coffin here for the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Timeout will be called by Coach Kenji Sato. Recognizing the double, finding Watanabe, Nabe time! Back to the action here at the Brex Arena. 8:32 remaining in this crucial encounter. Up for grabs is a spot in the finals for Utsunomiya Brex. A win here is a chance for a Game 3 for Kawasaki. Jeff Gibbs has been reinserted into the lineup. Nabe time! No. But the ball will stay here with Brex once again. Gibbs giving them an extra possession. Not a good sign here as Fuji hobbles to the bench. They're going to quickly check on him. They need him on the court together with with Shinoyama. Hiyajima, on the other hand, also has not yet been reinserted by Brex. They don't seem to need him. Their team is up by 16 here. Three on the way. Badly needed shot there from Chuji. That's a lead here to 13. A whole lot of time still remaining. But Kawasaki cannot just trade baskets. Poor pass. Here's Fazekas. Fazekas hands it off. Aguilar finishes. Quick 5 points. And now it's the time of Coach Anzai to say, let's talk things over. Perfect pass. Scott with the foul. And they say no timeout. Just a free throw coming up here. As quickly coming back is Ryan Rossiter. Trying to establish some semblance of order. Ikaruga back in action as well. Trying to stretch out his muscle there. Ishima Fuji. Aguilar short. That would have been part of a 6-0 swing. Stands at 5. Asking for let's go Brex. Rossiter almost lost it. Eventually does. Going to be picked up by Gibbs though. Rossiter for 3. That's huge. Just when it looked like they lost possession, they were going the other way, they get it right back. Rossiter knocks down that 3, and the lead is back up to 14. Utsunomiya now. They need him to orchestrate properly. Traveling will be called on Matthias Calfani. They gotta shake that off. Come up with a stop. Endo. Pounded in the backcourt. Bullies his way through. Ilike handling the ball instead of Gibbs. But of course, their main man playing point is Rossiter. But he loses it there. They go to the King, and why not? The King, quick hands from Rossiter. They lob it inside to Fazekas. Fazekas will come up short. The tip, not going to work. Block will be there from the back from Rossiter. Great effort being shown by all the players on the floor here, battling till the very end. That's going to be off Ikaruga as he slams into the A-board. Fazekas has been at 19 points for quite a bit. The referee is going to check on something. So far they've done an excellent job here in game number 2. Kudos going out to referee Kato, referee Kubo, and referee Higashi. They're going to say it's just a regular foul. I didn't really see any malice, so I don't think that really should have been reviewed as an unsportsmanlike. But there you have the call. It's just a regular foul, and rightly so. But it looked like Ikaruga had last touch. But they say the ball is going to go back to Utsunomiya Brex. Gibbs bringing it down safely this time. Under the outside by Aguilar. Gets tapped. He's not the safest of ball handlers. So you can see they're going to tie things up here. Gibbs getting really hot under the collar. I think that's frustration more than anything else because he's lost the ball more than a few times here tonight. Not to mention even yesterday. Nothing untoward there. But he was just getting really hot under the collar. Still a 14-point lead by his squad. Nothing to get really mad about. Possession arrow will still stay with them. Utsunomiya saying, okay, next held ball will be going to us. Under 6 minutes remaining here in game number 2. An important game for both these squads, but more important for Kawasaki. If they lose here today, their season is over. Rossiter explodes. Can't get that to drop. Nice finger roll there. That's enough though. Here they go to Chuji. Chuji! They're going to say there was a push here from Endo. Was that simultaneous? I think the foul came a little bit ahead. If it was simultaneous, that would have been free throws here. Endo also getting hot under the collar. Temper starting to flare here. Well, the temper should be rising for Kawasaki because the end seemingly near for their season. They're still down by 14, but it seems like it's Utsunomiya getting their temperatures a little bit hot and hotter than usual. Big pick there from Fazekas. That was clearly an offensive foul. He lowered the shoulder there. No complaints. You better not complain about that one. Watch it here. He just ran his shoulder into Hiyajima. Hiyajima's going to feel that tomorrow. And that's going to be the 4th personal foul on Nick the King Fazekas. Well, his reign here for this season might be coming to a close. We'll find out. He knocked down his national teammate. Scott. You like the fact that he tries to attack early because he was going up against Fazekas. Foul will be called there on Ikaruga. That's going to be the 3rd team foul. So they still have one more foul to give. Five to 12. Still to be contested here. Give and go. The King. That drops. 21 points now for Fazekas. Lead down to 12. Scott will give it up to Hiyajima. Scott, Gibbs, Rossiter together with Ikaruga on the floor. Hiyajima for 3. Yes! Makoto Hiyajima sizzling here. He's got 10 points. .440 remaining here in game number 2. In that last timeout, Utsunomiya Brex talked about the fact that they have to control Tsuji. But he can light it up from the outside, and there he is, handing the basketball. Gives it up, Kalfani inside. Aguilar, baby hook works. Quick ball movement here for Kawasaki and cuts the lead down to 13. Still in a good place are the Brex squad. Gibbs promptly gives it up. Here's Rossiter. Shot clock's at 4. Rossiter's gonna take this one. Takes it, falling away. Overshoots. But there's Gibbs once again, battling for that. A while ago it was Takeuchi. Gibbs complaining, says, we had the offense. We were going for the shot. Kalfani gets hit there on the kisser by the shoulder of Ikaruga. That's gotta hurt. You can see the major collision he had. Under 4 minutes to be played here. He seems to be in real pain here. They're asking about his jaw. His jaw came in solid contact there with the shoulder of Ikaruga. He might have to be replaced here. He looks a bit dazed. And in basketball today, they're also taking a look at different concussion protocols. That has been a real big thing in the sports world the past couple of years. Of course, it started with the NFL. But even in the NBA, they're being very strict now about those collisions with the head. 80-67, 3:51 to be played here in game number 2. Utsunomiya Brex wants to take a long break before the final starts next weekend. Foul's going to be called on Shinoyama. He's been in foul trouble all throughout the night. That's going to be it. As he tried to battle there through that pick of Rossiter. Came into contact. Oh no, that's just his 4th. Surprising, he'll be replaced. They need him here in the final stretch. If you keep him on the bench right now, entering the last 2 minutes, this game might be out of hand. Kiejima makes the first. Second is down as well. Kiejima now with 12 points. Tsuji playing point now. We have not seen the re-entry of Fuji. That could spell the difference. Tsuji gets away for 2 inside. He fooled the defense there. He's more well known as a 3-point shooter. Kiejima has played the one excellently. Hands it off. Gibbs for 3. Yes! Jeff Gibbs hits from the outside. Only the 6th point here and second basket for Jeff Gibbs. Foul will be called on Hiyajima, stopping the action. Under 3 to play. But the lead is back up to 16. at 85-69. And things looking good. Kiyajima's going to pick up his fourth foul. This you can do. This you can have Hiyajima going to the bench and you send him back in with 1.5 minutes remaining if the game becomes close. But you need Shinoyama inside. Chuji for three. Yes! Back-to-back hits here for Chuji. A 2 and a 3 there. Gibbs. Now Endo. Endo kicks it out. Rossiter for 3. Bang! That just could be it. 20 points now for Ryan Rossiter. And that just could send Utsunomiya Brex to the finals. Kawasaki has the firepower with their threes, but they're going to need quick ones. Left hand works for the King. The King now with 23 points to go with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. They're going to need some steals and some quick turnovers. Gibbs though will not oblige. Let's get to the final 2 minutes, the Twilight Zone. Floater is going to work. And the lead is back up to 16. If this holds and Utsunomiya wins, it will be the first time they'll be in the finals since 2016-2017, where Brex won the championship. Another rebound here. And that could be it. Looking to advance to the finals once again. And it is highly likely it's going to happen. Foul's going to be called on the King. And his reign for this year will be over. Final time we're going to see the King as he fouls out. And Yuma Fuji's going to try it here. But might be a little bit too late to send him in. Even Shinoyama is useless at this stage. To put the finishing touches, we have Ryan Rossiter. Rossiter with a good line once again here today. 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Rossiter yesterday had 8 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. LJ Peak will check back in the 2016-2017 final. It is Utsunomiya versus Kawasaki. 2018-2019, it was Alvark versus Chiba. And here comes the veteran, Yuta Tabuse. He seems sparing action here, averaging just about 3 minutes he's used. Of course, 2019-2020, there was no final, it was cancelled. But the first team that will make it to the finals here for 2020-2021 is Utsunomiya Brex. Rossiter once again on the line. Gonna come up short on that one. They don't need the points though. They just need to run out the clock. That free throw is going to make it the biggest lead at 19. Wise move from Coach Anzai, removing Ryan Rossiter, so he gets a good applause here from Brex Nation. Not to mention the fact that you don't want him to get into any possible injury You need to rest him. Push off there. Actually, the push off was on Kitagawa, but Kitagawa will be called for the foul. It's not going to matter though. Watch it here once again. Didn't seem like Kitagawa was really challenging because they just want this game to get over with. Kai Taves will check back in. LJ Peak's day is done. Peak will finish with 15 points on 5 3-pointers. Also to go with 2 assists. 10 points now in a losing cause here for Yuma Fuji. Fuji yesterday had 12 points, 5 rebounds and 5 assists and 1 steal. But his good numbers today, again, will go for naught. He'll finish with 10, 3 and 3. Going to 4-corner offense here. Tabuse, back to Taves. He's got a whole week to prepare. Tabuse for 3. That is the exclamation point. Yuta Tabuse, the first player from Japan to play in the NBA. So far, there have only been 4 teams who advanced to the finals in B.LEAGUE history. And Utsunomiya Brex, one of those teams, and they're going to get there once again. Slam for Heath. That's not going to matter. So the teams that have made it: Utsunomiya, Kawasaki, Alvar Tokyo, and the Chiba Jets. Those are the 4 teams that have made it to the finals in B.LEAGUE history. And Utsunomiya Brex will get there once again. Will they be up against Chiba? Will they be up against Ryukyu? We'll find out. But this game goes to Utsunomiya Brex, 96-78. Brex really exploded here today. In game number 1, they were able to come up with just 68 points, holding their opponent Kawasaki to 65, so they won by 3. Today, almost with 100 points at 96. There you can see the quarter scoring. 3rd and 4th periods were exceptional for Utsunomiya Brex. 27 apiece. It's a good season for the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. In the regular season, they finished with 43 wins, 16 losses. But the road comes to an end for the king, Nick Fazekas, and the Brave Thunders here today. Their season's done. They go back to the drawing board for next season, which starts up in October. A big round of applause here for the hometown Brex squad. This is going to be the first final appearance for Hiyajima and Taves. And also Ikaruga. Nice round there of applause for the losing squad. They came up with a good battle here today, but it wasn't enough. Now we're going to hear from winning coach Ryuzo Anzai and some of the key players here in game number 2.
2連勝でファイナル進出を決めました。今どんなお気持ちですか？
本当にこのホームの力っていうのが見れたと思うし、本当に皆さんのおかげで勝てたと思います。ありがとうございます。
The question was, they got 2 straight wins, and what is his
数字で見
feeling?
ますと、3ポイント18本決めました。
And his simple answer was,
どうだったんでしょ
it
う
was
か？
because of the home crowd, and that's why the crowd
もう
cheering.
選手が本当強気でやってくれた結果かなと思いますし、
They had 18
しっかり
3-pointers
ね
today, and that
チ
was
ームでボール
huge.
回してできた結果かなと思います。はい
They were 18 out of 33
今
for
シーズン70点以上
54%.
取ってなかった川
That's
崎
an
から
exceptional clip.
96点というスコア
Yesterday,
です。
they only made 6 out of 25.
これは
That's
ど
a
う評
big
価されますか？
turnaround. From
本当
24%
に
shooting,
レギュ
making
ラーシーズンの
6.
最後、ホ
Today
ームで
they
2連
made
敗して本当に川崎に勝つためにやってきたんで、こういうゲームができたらもう本当に川崎さんが
As I said,
いてく
the
れたおかげだ
players
し、
were aggressive today.
今
They
日も本
shared
当
the
に
ball.
川崎
They
のファン
found
の
the
皆さ
open
ん
shooter.
もたくさん来ていただいて本当にありがとう
They
ござ
were
い
able
ま
to
す。
knock it down. Tonight was actually the first time
これで
that
ファイナル
Utsunomiya was able to
失礼
score more than 70
お願い
points
します。
against
大丈夫
Kawasaki.
です。
大丈夫ですか？
はい。
これでファイナル進
And
出
as
が
I
決
said,
まっ
well,
て
in
相
the
手はまだ決まって
regular
いません
season,
が、
the last two
フ
games
ァイナ
we
ルでは
lost to
どんな
Kawasaki.
戦いを見せてくれま
And
す
so
か？
we had to really
本
prepare
当に
here
今シーズ
today.
ン、チーム一丸となってやってきたんで、もうそれを出す
The experts
だ
were
けですし
saying、this was a
ファイナルに
series
もうち
that
の
might
フ
have
ァン
gone
が
3
たくさん
games.
来てくれると思うんで、
But Coach, as I said, they prepared well, and that preparation showed.
ブレック
And
ス
he
ネー
thanks
ション
the
で優勝
Kawasaki
しましょう。
fans who
あ
have
り
come
が
here
とうございまし
also.
た。
Like more
あ
than
りがとうご
anything
ざい
else,
ま
he
した。
said,
あんまり
thank you
連続
to
コーチでした。
Utsunomiya Brex
続いて選手に伺い
and
ます。
Brex Nation. You gave us the will to win here
LJ ピ
today.
ーク選手、
And he invited the
今日は
fans
スリー
to
ポイン
head
ト
on over to
5本決め
Yokohama,
ました。
where the finals will be held.
どんな思いで打ったんですか？
Here we have LJ Peak, who had 5 threes.
Just feel good to get the win.
まあ勝てたということがとても嬉しいです。
That's a simple answer
そ
there.
して今日はスティ
Just
ール
happy to
も
win,
3つ
happy
で
to
す
be in the
か
finals.
決めて全体的に今日の自分のそのパフォーマンスというのはどう見てましたか？
It was good just having my team won, that's all.
とてもいい感じでいきまし
LJ Peak is
た。
a
ま
man
あ
of
チームの
few
ためにしっ
words.
かり戦えてよかったと思います。
さあこれでファイナルの場に向かいますが、
Those
フ
came up with
ァイナルは
three steals.
どんなプレーを見せてくれますか？
Well, more than anything else, he came up with a good performance offensively
Just wanna
because
go out,
yesterday
play
he only
hard,
had
and just
7
get 2
points, so
more
he
wins
doubled that
to win
output
the
here.
championship.
しっかりハードにプレーしてもう2勝してしっかり優勝を目指していきたいと思います。
And 7 points in game number 1, still a win.
いつも手短な
15 points here
ピーク選
for this
手のインタ
blowout
ビューでし
victory
た。
in
ありがとう
game
ござい
number
まし
Thank
た。
you, Arigato.
Brex Nation, ecstatic about this win.
続い
And
て
they should be.
渡辺
Their
選手
team
で
is in the
す。
finals once again, looking to get another title.
まずこれでファイナル進出、今どんな思いでしょうか？
はい、本当に皆さんに勝たせていただいたという気持ちで本当にありがとうございます。
And now we have Nabe time!
昨日勝ってあと1勝にして、今日はどんな思いでプレーに入ったんですか？
まあ本当にみんな
渡辺
油断せずに
had
ですね、本当に強敵ですし、
And first and
悔しい思い
foremost,
を
he thanked the fans.
した相手なので、
And he said, "We wanted to
本当に
win
今日
here.
は
We wanted
隙
to
が
win
な
for you."
くバスケットできたかなと思います。
第2クォーター、スリーポイントの打ち合いになった場面で2本連続決めました。あのあたり手応えはどうだったんですか？
いやありがとうございます。本当に
渡辺
皆さんのおかげで入れることできました。本当にもう本当に冗談抜きで本当に皆さんのおかげで勝たせていただいたと思ってるんでありがとうございます。
And we talked about the fact that Kawasaki is a strong rival,
ファイナルに向け
but we
て
played as
抱
a
負を
team
お願いし
and
ます。
they won.
はい、まあ初年度チャンピオンならせていただきましたけども、それからチャンピオンになることできてないので、本当にここからまた皆さんの力をお借りしてですね、油断することなく気を抜かずにですね、最後の最後までこのメンバーで、全力で頑張っていきたいと思いますので、引き続き応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。渡辺選手でした。そして最後はキャプテン田臥選手です。
And he ended by saying, it is the first time since 2016-2017 to get to the finals, and so he said we really wanted to win this one for the fans, and now we have Yuta Tabuse, the 40-year-old, the first Japanese player to make it to the NBA. Let's hear from
ベンチで
Tabuse.
はかなり選手を鼓舞する場面が見られましたが、どんな思いでこの2戦戦ったんでしょう？
いやもうそれはもう当然のことだし、お互いみんなそうやって鼓舞し合いながらやるのがブレックスなんで、あと本当ファンの方のおかげで こうして勝つことができま
Well,
した。
the
本当にありが
question
とうご
was
ざい
you were
ま
in the
す。
court at the end of the game. Coach wanted to give him some minutes here.
最後
Just
で
keep
ス
him
リーポイント
active.
決めました。あの
And he
時
said
の
yes, and I thank my
率直な気持
teammates
ちはい
for
かが
getting
で
me
す
the
か。
basketball. And
チー
here
ムが勝てば
was
それで十分で
the
す。
shot
は
from
い
Tabuse, getting the screen there from Takeuchi, knocks it down.
第1回の優勝以来のファイナルの舞台になります。どんな思いで戦いますか。
いやもうとにかく
And
あと
Yuta
2
said
つ
it's our
勝つだけ
culture
で
to
すの
cheer
で、
each other on the bench.
チーム一丸となっ
So
て、あ
whoever's
とはファンの
playing,
方と一緒に
we
戦い
give them
た
our
いと
full
思いますので
support.
あと2勝一緒に戦ってください。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
田臥選手でした。
He was asked about his three-point shot. Obviously, they didn't really need his three-pointers here today. He came up with one. But he said, well, at the end of the day, I still added to
は
the
い、それで
victory.
はブレアリの皆さん、
That's important.
改めましておめでとうございます。
Tabuse ended up by saying, we need 2 more wins. And he said,
ブレッ
please
クス
fight
は
with
本
us.
日の試合を
As we head
も
on
ち
to
ま
the
して
finals, which will be in
2020-21
Yokohama
シ
next
ーズンのホームゲームすべて終了となります。この後ですね、全選手ヘッドコーチより一言ずつファンの皆様へのご挨拶とともにファイナルへの意気込みを改めて頂戴したいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。
Looking at the numbers here,
それでは北川選手
again,
から
Utsunomiya Brex.
順に一言ずついただきたいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。
That helped contribute to their cause. Not to mention the fact they had 9 more assists. Now
昨
we
日、
listen
今
to
日、先週もそうですけど、
Number
本当素晴らしい雰囲気を作っていただいて、後押ししてくださって、本当にありがとうございました。
He didn't play
あ
much
と
here
一つ、
today.
絶対勝ちましょう。応援よろしくお願いします。
続きまして
Fan favorite
遠藤
nonetheless.
選手お願いいたします。
こんばんは。
We're going to hear from the rest of the team.
このチャンピオンシップ本当にホームでやったから勝てたと思います。最高の雰囲気作っていただきありがとうございました。
Kitagawa said thank you for creating this amazing atmosphere
横浜でしっかり勝てるように
Well, this will be the last
1週
home
間
game
切り替えて準備したいと思うので、
of
皆さん横浜で会いましょう。
here at Brex Arena
ありがとうございまし
because
た
the。finals will not be held
続
here.
いて
The
イカルガー
finals
選
are
手お
not
願いいた
held
します。
in a home team
ありがとうござい
stadium.
ます。あと
This is a
2
neutral
つ
venue.
全員で立ち向かおう。
And this
あの
year
頂
it
点ま
will
で。
be at Yokohama.
続きま
Endo
して
said,
テ
good
ーブス選手
evening.
お願いい
We
たし
won
ます。
because we played at
この
home.
最高なアリーナとファン
We will prepare for Yokohama
の前でバスケットできるのが本当に嬉しいので、これからも本当によろしくお願いします。頑張ります。
続いて比江
Ikaruga
島選手お
says
願いい
2 more
たします。
wins. Let's go
レギ
together.
ュラーシーズンに引き続きたくさんの応援ありがとうございました。また横浜でお会いしましょう。ありがとうございました。
Kai Tabe says it was nice. We
Araya
played this
選手
amazing place.
この4試合
We look
最高の
forward
雰囲
to
気を作
giving
っ
you
てく
the
れてありがとうござい
championship.
ました来週も応援よろしくお願いします。
竹内選手
はい、レギュラーシーズン60試合とチャンピオンシップたくさんの応援ありがとうございます。残り2試合、最後まで応援のほどよろしくお願いします。
Yeah, Jim, I just said thank you very much for your cheers here at home.
もう試合一緒に頑張りましょう。応援ありがとうございます。
Wow, that's
では
impressive.
ピーク選手にも
Josh Scott.
お願いします。
Thank you for your support. Go Brex.
Takeuchi
皆
said
さん
thank you
応
for
援本当にありが
cheers.
とうございました。皆さんと一緒に
All
戦
throughout
え
the
たおか
season,
げ
not
で、
just for tonight, but thank you very
しっかり
much.
ホームで勝ち上がることができました。チャンピオンシップも応援よろしくお願いします。
そんなにたくさん喋りました。ギブ
And
ズ
now
選
let's
手お
hear
願
from
いしま
Jeff
す。
Gibbs.
Thank you guys for showing up for your support today. You've been great all season long. Continue next week in the finals. Thank you.
今週、この試合、そしてシーズン通しての応援、本当にありがとうございました。チャンピオンシップも
Josh
引き
said
続き応援
thank
よ
you
ろ
for
しくお
your
願いしま
cheers
す。
in Japanese.
ではバイスキャプテンロ
Josh
シター
Scott,
選手。
impressive.
Thank you guys for the support
Let's hear
all
from
season,
Ryan
especially in the
Rossiter.
championship. You guys really brought the energy this weekend and last and really helped us. Job's not done yet, so we'll see everyone in Yokohama.
シーズン通して応援ありがとうございました。皆さんのエナジーで、しっかりチャンピオンシップも勝つことができましたが、まだシーズン終わってません。もうチャンピオンシップも、引き続き一緒に戦ってください。よろしくお願いします。
続いて同じくバイスキャプテン渡
Well,
辺選手。
smiles all around.
はい、ワンシーズン
It's
応
gotta
援あり
be.
がとうございました。毎回素晴らしい最高の雰囲気でバスケットできて
Well,
幸
they
せで
missed
した
one.
最後
They missed
皆さんの
Watanabe.
ですねこのご支援を無駄にしないように最後優勝して恩返ししたいと思いますので最後まで応援よろしくお願いします。
そしてキャプテン田臥選手。
はい、まずはここまで
Another team captain,
一緒に激しく戦ってきた川崎さんに今一度敬意を表したいと思います。 はい、川崎さんの分まで、自分たち戦わないといけないと思いますんで、さっき見ましたけど、あと2つ一緒に戦ってください。よろしくお願いします。
最後に安西ヘッドコー
Watanabe
チ。
said, "Thank you for cheering all
はい、
season."
本当にありがとうございました。
And now I think that
僕は
would
さ
be
っ
the
き
same
喋ったんで、
sentiments
この
echoed
チャンピオンシッ
by
プ入っ
Coach Anzai.
て渋谷戦は町田アシスタントコーチで、今週は笹アシスタントコーチがめちゃくちゃ頑張ってくれたんで、
Abusi
2
just
人
said,
か
"I
ら
would
も
like
一
to
言
express
ずつ
respect to Kawasaki.
もらいたいですよね。
They gave us a real tough battle here today."
では町田
And it
コ
looks
ー
like
チ、
Coach Anzai is calling in his
笹コ
coaching
ー
staff.
チ、お願いいたします。
Well, you do have a head coach, but you do have assistants. And that's a good move here
な
for
んか
Coach
すみません
Anzai to be able to
なんとか
ask
ここまで来れたの
his assistants
で
to come over
またチーム一丸で準備して
and
頑張りたいと思います Let's go
say
栃木
a little bit.
Let's go 栃木 Let's go 栃木どうもありがとうございましたあとは笹が締めます
終わっちゃった
That was Coach Sasa and Coach Machida being called to the mic.
Everybody thank you for your support
応援ありがとうございました。
Let's get the champion
優勝しましょう。
That's excellent
あ
English
りがとうござい
there.
ました。皆さんから一言ずついただきまし
Surprised
た。
me.
いや素晴らしいチームです。我らがブレックス。横ありに
Coach
ブレック
Machida
ス
there
ネー
a
シ
while ago
ョ
with
ン
a
皆さんで
go to Chigi.
乗り込みましょう。そしてあと2勝いきましょ
This
う。
is the Tochigi area.
では
For
改
all
めま
the
して
fans
本日のゲームを
watching
勝利いたしました。我らがブレックスに大きな拍手をお願いいたします。
Utsunomiya is in Tochigi. In final time, that Brex Nation will see their Utsunomiya Brex here inside Brex Arena. We're going to see the highlights of the match that was game number 2 in just a little bit. But one final goodbye to the fans here. Well, these fans are going to have to travel all the way to Yokohama to cheer on their squad. Utsunomiya Brex winning this one, this best of 3 semi-final in 2 straight games. It is a very competitive game, especially in the first half. First quarter ended 19-14. Second quarter ended 42-40. Here's some of the action. Fazekas started aggressively early, but it didn't seem like he had enough energy to finish strong. That was a telling factor. If you continue this aggressiveness till the very end, this might have been a different story. Maybe Utsunomiya still would have won, but not by this big of a margin, not 96-78. Endo hitting his shots early. Taves checked in, knocked down a 3. Kiyajima loves to create. Going to his stronger right hand. And scoring. Nabe time! And answering right back there was Chuji. Watanabe hits once again. As we mentioned, it was a shootout at the OK Corral from 3. Both these teams shot a lot of 3-pointers. 18 out of 33 for Utsunomiya. 9 out of 24 shots for Kawasaki in the entire game. Rossiter. And now Peak, one of his 5 3-pointers. That was the halftime break, and at the half, it was 42-40. And then suddenly, it was a 27-point third period. And aside from Utsunomiya Brex scoring 27 points in the third, they held Kawasaki to just 18. And there alone, they built their lead up to 9. Which was 11 total, because the third period ended 69-58, adding the 2-point lead that they had at the half. Rossiter is a little bit more offensive-minded here today. Rossiter yesterday would finish with only 8 points, but he had 11 rebounds and 11 assists. But today, Rossiter in double digits. One of the leading scorers for his team. If not the leading scorer, he scored 25. So he scored 25. LJ Peak had 15. 12 points for Hiyajima. Scott had 14. Looking down the line, only 6 points here for Gibbs. But he helped out defensively. He got a lot of loose balls. It was really a total team win once again for Utsunomiya Brex. After winning yesterday by 3, 68-65. Finishing the business here, winning 96-78. Torrid shooting from the outside. That one there from Hiyajima. And from Nabe. Just so many threes. In fact, Tabuse also contributed with a 3 of his own. And there was that 3 again from Hiyajima. That put the outcome beyond any doubt. But there's Gibbs, as we talked about. Didn't score too much, but he was there, getting the loose balls, getting extra possessions. Kalfani got hit in the kisser, had to leave, but by that stage, the outcome was already settled. Gibbs, that was just the exclamation point, together with this one from Tabuse. And they're going to win this one. Going away with another 27 points in the fourth period. Final score of this one, 96-78. Chuji tried his best, but it was all for naught. As you break down the numbers, total field goals, 49% for Utsunomiya, 45% for Kawasaki. And a lot of the fans have stayed here inside Brex Arena, wanting to savor the victory. And why not? Their team is back in the finals. Going to the 2-point numbers, 43% for Utsunomiya, but 51% here for Kawasaki. They had the better numbers there. You can see it on your screens. 3-point distance, 54%. 18 out of 33. That was spectacular. Free throws, 14 out of 16 for an 87% clip. 82% clip for the Brave Thunders, 19 out of 23. But when you look at the turnovers, just 10 for Utsunomiya, 11 for Kawasaki. 26-28, those are the points in the paint. But the real telling numbers were the second chance points. 21 second chance points for Utsunomiya as compared to just 11 here for Kawasaki. Rebounding-wise, plus 11 for the hosts. They have an 11 rebounding edge there, 38-27. Not to mention assists, 23-14. So they had 9 more assists. So they really played as a complete squad here today. (26 and 28), those are the points in the paint. Not really too much of a factor. Bench points, 33 bench points for Utsunomiya, just 13 for Kawasaki. So the bench didn't really get to contribute here today. That's confetti that has fallen from the rafters. And here we have the top scorers. 25 points here for Rossiter. 15 for Peak. Scott with 14. For the losing cause, Fazikas with 23. 13 there from Chuji. And Yuma Fuji comes up with 11. So no Aguilar, no Calfani, no Jordan Heath there. And some more numbers from the rest of the team as we take a look at the rebounds, assists. It is a great effort here by Utsunomiya Brex as they look forward to a powerful stint in the coming finals next week. That will be held in Yokohama. And a final time, we're going to see the Kawasaki Brave Thunders here for this season, 2020-2021. There are more numbers. You see there Fuji, Calfani, and even Fazikas. Well, the mascot's a little bit tired as he lies down there, savoring this victory for his Utsunomiya Brex squad. As the fans start to make their way out of the arena, it is a win by the hometown squad, winning this one 96-78. And that does it here for our coverage. Till next week, till the finals. This has been Anthony Sutar for the call. Thank you very much for joining us. Till then, have a great week ahead. Take care, everybody. God bless.